I did that. I remember going to the office. So I was a sales guy in some enterprise software company.
Mhm.
I just finished my fiscal year, went back to the office the next day, which is the first day of the new year, expecting a new product, new quota, new sales team, all this stuff that happens.
Mhm.
And I got things I didn't want.
Mhm.
And in about a 20-second, I can still picture it. 20 seconds, I said, time to give me a package. I'm out. I quit. You give me a package, I'll say nice things, you say nice things, and I'm out. I was out at 45. I didn't expect to
Wow.
be. I expected to work till 50. And it was because of what you said is I knew I had put at that point 15 years of sacrifice, consistent piling. I never The other thing is I didn't grow our lifestyle, right? Because I always thought as we were putting the chips on the table, if I siphoned off a little bit, that was future growth.
Mhm.
But when I got there and I had that, come to Jesus moment, I'm like, I'm out. I'm done. Called my wife. She didn't believe me. Picked up a couple pictures on the desk and drove home. I was out. I was done. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, it's all due to trade-offs. It's down to trade-offs. But another thing I really like to maybe say to people who are in this position of like deciding how much they want to really scrimp and save and invest versus and how hard they want to work for how long of a time. Whatever it is, one of my colleagues at Renaissance Periodization, she's a coach, Dr. Melissa Davis. She's super great, and she's a neuroscientist by training, so she's an expert on the psychology of coaching. And I'm going to steal one of her little thought experiments she makes for dieting and for food and for cheating and eating not great foods, and I'm going to steal it and put it into personal finance. And her thing is, if you're on a diet, let's say you're just finished a diet and your body's a little sensitive and it's going to regain a lot of weight if you just feed it cake and cookies, which is exactly what it wants to eat, you have to make, she has this little algorithm. And it's like rank your tasty foods that you're encountering on a 1 to 10 scale.
Okay.
Because you're after your diet and you're starving, you can just have healthy food and shut up about it and it'll make you not hungry. But you want to try everything because it's been 12 weeks since you've had normal people food and you just want, I want the Cheez-Its, I want the little oatmeal squares, I want it all. In your head, ask yourself, okay, so what's my long-term goal? Okay, not to regain weight. Okay, now that I know that, I'm going to set up a cutoff. It's a 7. Any
Mm.
food that I rate as a taste experience below a 7, I'm calculating it's just not worth it for me to screw up my diet over because it's not that good,
Mm.
right? Like, let's say you're starting to date a girl and things are pretty promising. No commitment yet. Like you haven't promised, like you're not dating, you're not, no one's exclusive. As a matter of fact, you're not exclusive. But you got a couple dates, you kind of have some momentum, and another girl hits you up and she's like, hey, like, do you want to do stuff? Do you want to hook up? And let's say like that's not that great. You've hooked up with her before, it was kind of awkward. You're not going to be like, yes. You're going to be like, I'm going to pass because I got something better working on. But if
Mm.
it's like the fantasy of your dreams, your high school crush DM'd you and she's like, hey, I want you. I've always wanted you. Here's me. She
Mm.
looks amazing. You're like, yeah, okay, it's worth it, right? It's worth it.
Mm.
This time it's worth it. Nothing is immoral, but I'm going to make the switch here.
Okay.
Just the same way when you get to a place where your friends are hanging out after your diet, they're eating pizza. Is it good pizza? Do you really want a slice? If the answer is like, it would be fun to stuff the pizza into my face, but honestly, I've been to this place before and the pizza's not that good, don't do it. But look,
Right.
if it's a 9 out of 10 pizza, yes, it's time to treat yourself.
Right.
So all those analogies build up into this. How much do you use for discretionary personal entertainment income as you're building your wealth? And the answer to that is try to at least objectively, somewhere in your brain or on your notepad on your phone, delineate what you think is like, yes, this is a good use of my money right now, versus I'm just spending my money like other rich idiots do, and I'm going to miss the fuck out of this money later when it's not
Right.
around.